Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here and don't know me, hi, my name is Maria, and today I've got another really special video for you with my beautiful friend Shania from the Purple Palace, so please make sure to check out her channel. The link is in the description down below, and her channel features lots of wonderful things like living in France, just wonderful places she can take you on. She's a really cool video about thrifting in Paris, which I really appreciate, so definitely check out her channel down below. And today, as you can see, we're in a beautiful park. Again, which we really love it. So that's why we came back. We wanted to bring you here to kind of show you springtime in Paris.
Yeah.
To talk about today how it is to be married / PACSed to French guys.
Yeah.
Shania here is married.
Yeah.
I am PACSed. So let's explain first the definition of those two, because a lot of people, our American friends, don't know what PACSed is.
Yeah.
It's a bit different.
Married is married. I mean, I don't know, like, it's, you know, you're legally married and you share everything. There's no, I mean, if ever you decided to get a divorce, you would have to get a divorce. I think in PACSed, there's no, the marriage is a lot more like marriage. PACSed is more liberal French.
In a PACSed, actually, what it is, it's a civil union, if you can. A civil union is like you sign a document saying the French state recognizes that you're legally together, that you share everything, and that you share and pay taxes. So it's basically the same thing as getting married.
Yeah.
Except you don't need to get a divorce, and I still keep my maiden name.
I don't know if it's too indiscreet to me, but like, why did you guys choose one over the other? Is it because you guys kind of wanted something a little bit more easily to ease into, or?
Well, the truth is, I got asked to be PACSed over Skype while brushing my teeth. We chose it because I think that it's just easier and it's less strings. He and I believe that we really like to be independent souls, and we are together, and we really appreciate each other's independence, and I think PACSing really allows you to do that. And we really are not into a huge wedding celebration or anything. We really don't believe in the materialism of marriage.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we chose not to get married, but we are legally together and we love each other, so I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah. So I met my actual husband when I was an au pair, and then we stayed together when I returned to the US, and then we had kind of talked openly about, you know, getting married, kind of abstractly. When he came to the US and he met my mom, and when he was there visiting me, he asked me to marry him. But what was so funny is me and my husband, we always spoke in French since we met. And when he asked me to marry him, he asked me to marry him in French. And I was so not used to hearing those words in French. Voulez-vous m'épouser? Well, est-ce que tu veux m'épouser? And so I was like, he's on one knee. I think he asked me to marry him, but I'm not sure. I think, yeah. And then we decided to come to France since I spoke French, and then we, you know, kind of made our life here together. And there was so much paperwork to do, but a lot less than if we would have done it in the US. We had to go to the mairie, which is kind of like the city hall, and they asked for my mom's birth certificate, my birth certificate.
We'll list all of the things that you need to know if you are planning to get PACSed or married in France. So all of the links for all of the paperwork, so you can make sure that you have everything,
because
and that you know
I had to go back at least, I don't even know, 3 or 4 times, especially because everything has to be translated, and even they wanted my official original birth certificate and everything. And then after that stage is done and you have all of your dossier, which is your file, complete, then they give you a date, but right before that date they do an interview with you guys to make sure it's not like a fake marriage, or like, especially, you know, since I'm a foreigner, I think that they wanted to make sure, and they would just, you know, ask you questions about your life together, why you want to get married. And here we are, like 2 21, 22-year-olds, like, yeah, we're gonna get married, you know, like so happy. And the lady was like, you guys look so happy, and I'm like, yes we are, we're gonna get married, it's gonna be so great. If you want to get married at a church in France, you have to reserve at least 7 months in advance.
No.
Yeah, if it's a Catholic church, you have to prove that you're Catholic. We were very naive about it, and we walked into a church like a month before. We're like, we want to do a ceremony here, because obviously French churches are so beautiful. And they're like, yeah, you should have reserved, you know? So we actually had our wedding in the city hall, but we got really lucky because it was so beautiful. I mean, just all the public buildings in France are so beautiful. And so it was like red velvet all inside. And you walk in, they let you pick your music. So we picked David Bowie, Heroes.
I love David Bowie.
I know.
That's my favorite song.
Really? We only had like very close family and friends. My parents actually couldn't come. It was so expensive for the tickets. So we told them we would do a wedding in I mean, we haven't done one in the US. We did a very small ceremony, and it was very sweet.
For PACSed it's a bit different. And for PACSed what we did, so first of all, there's a lot of paperwork. It seems I was unromanticized. You see all that paperwork, it's just horrible, but
yeah.
The first thing that you have to do is you have to prove that you live together for 1 year or more. Make sure that you know, put your name on the communal EDF bill, so the electricity bill.
Oh my God.
That's something that you guys need to know in advance because I forgot. Well, we forgot about it.
We all forgot about it.
Make sure that you put your name on that electricity bill, and then, you know, I'm going to link everything down below because there are a lot of documents, but first you have to make an appointment. I think that's the first step because in France, taking an appointment somewhere, usually you won't get an appointment before 6 months or so. Just book an appointment as soon as you can. And I know from memory that the documents that you need are your official birth certificate translated. And the birth certificate has to be 3 months old only.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's so stressful. And all this costs a lot of money.
All this costs a lot of money. I think that I paid about 200 euro in total, a bit more.
Yeah.
So you need the birth certificate, the electricity bills, you need to prove your status in France. So for me it was a student, so I had all of my student stuff. You need to prove that you have enough money to live in France. You need to prove that you're not married, so you have to go to the American embassy or whatever embassy you belong to in Paris, and you have to get like a special paper that says you're not married. Once again, I'll link everything down below so you can have a thorough look at it from one of my favorite bloggers, so you can check out her website and see what she says because she explains it extremely well. Before you get PACSed, what you need to do, what you need to know is you have to be on a visa that allows you to stay in the country for more than 3 months, and then you can apply for the PACSed. When I came to France, I was on a student visa, and it was with an au pair. I was actually an au pair too. I had the special visa in my passport, and once halfway through the au pair year, I applied to ESSEC Business School, which is the school I'm getting my master's degree in business. And I had like this carte de séjour, so it's like another student visa, but it's like a green card. It's a special card that you have that's pink, and it states that you're a student and you're here for a year or until you finish your school. Now the third step that I'm doing is I'm finishing my school and I got hired and I'm PACSed now. So now I'm getting a special carte de séjour vie privée et familiale. So this means that you have like a special green card that means your family in France.
I have the same one.
Yeah, so it's the same card you get when you're married or when you're PACSed. So this is the card that you need, and you need to renew it every year.
Since we've been married for 3 years, I got a 10-year card after that.
Oh, so nice.
I mean, it's nice because I don't have to go back every time, and also it costs money every time.
Yeah,
so I think they're kind of, after 3 years, they're like, well, she's kind of serious.
So PACSed, unfortunately, you have to, first you have to get your visa, then your carte de séjour. Once again, I'll link it down below, and then after, you know, 3 years, 2 times of renewal, I can get a 10-year as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now that we've talked about kind of the logistics of getting married and getting PACSed, it's kind of interesting to talk about what it's like, you know, being in a relationship with these people. One thing that I think that we both experienced was when we were actually, you know, officially dating. We were actually together together in his mind. One of his friends, we were at a party and he's like, so he's your boyfriend? And I was like, he didn't ask. He was like, what do you mean you have to ask? And I was like, in the US, you know, you have to have like the talk, like you...
Yeah, you have the talk.
Yeah, but here it's a lot more, you know, it's a lot more intense. Like, you can be like, you're
really
together.
intense.
My husband, he's very calm. I mean, we never really fight because he's just so calm, and I don't think that's very typical for like French relationships.
For me, what happened was, well, he didn't ask at all. He kind of kissed me, and the next morning we're together. We were just constant, you know, it was very, very quick, and it was a shock because I think in the States, as you said, it's like you have to go through this weird phase of dating and then asking, and then, so it was really refreshing to be like, okay, we're just together.
Yeah.
It was simple, it was straightforward, I loved it.
We're a lot more liberal about dating here, and I think a lot of people are actually in open relationships as well, and when they're dating, and that's very common in France, whereas like in the US, I don't think that's very common.
French culture is much more liberal in terms of relationships.
Yeah.
You know, being PACSed or married to a French guy is just, it's fun because you get to discover so much more cultural nuances.
So at first, when we started actually going out, my French was not at all at the point where it is now, and we spoke kind of like a mix of like our own like special language, like French and English, so it was like Franglish, I guess. And I would be telling him things, he would never really correct me because I think for him it was cute in a way, or like he didn't really bother him and he understood me. And so like I would go out into the real world and I would use these words and everyone would be like, what are you talking about? Like I have no idea what you're saying. And I came home and I was like, you never told me. I used to say all the time, like if I was excited for something in French, I'd be like, ah, je suis trop excitée,
oh,
which
yes,
means
me
like
too.
sexually excited. And I had no idea.
Go ahead and check out Shayna's channel, The Purple Palace. It's linked down below once again to discover more French culture, art, everything. It's amazing. And I'm really happy to see you guys next week, and we're excited to see you soon.
Bye!
Bye.